Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy 13 back here with another reaction video. We finna watch the dark reality of Drake and Josh. They were never friends. Let's get into it, you heard?
People fall in love with their
Somebody told me, I remember, forgot who told me, bro, but someone told me to watch this and that it was like hella interesting because I told them that my favorite show was, when I was younger, was Drake and Josh. Like, I dad used to watch this shit all the fucking time, bro. What am I dad, bro?
first image of
See.
you. We all fell in love with two best friends. Josh
got like 1 point. I think it gotta be good, bro. It has to be good, because look, I ain't gonna lie, it got 1.7 mil, so it gotta be good, bro. So fuck it, we finna watch this.
Peck, a chubby but lovable outsider from New York, and Drake Bell, a good-looking guitar player.
Wait, hold on.
People
Josh
fall
is
in
from
love
New
with
York?
their first image of you. We all fell in love with two best friends. Josh Peck, a chubby but lovable outsider from New York, and Drake Bell, a good-looking guitar player from California. The two teens couldn't be more opposite, but their chemistry together was infectious. While we fondly think of the brotherly love they displayed on television, the dark reality exposed by Josh Peck recently is that they were actually never friends. Let's take it back to where Drake and Josh first met, The Amanda Show. This sketch comedy show was basically Nickelodeon's version of Saturday Night Live starring Amanda Bynes. The show was wildly loved by Nickelodeon fans. Drake Bell was a regular character since the very first episode in 1999. Josh wouldn't become an on-screen regular until seasons 2 and 3. Slowly he was integrated in the show, and those two had some iconic sketches that we still love today. Drake wasn't very fond of Josh in the beginning because he was the only boy on the show, but they had very similar interests in old movies and comedies. They would bounce funny ideas off each other and quickly developed great chemistry. The producer Dan Schneider got some pressure from the network to come up with another buddy comedy just like Keenan and Kel. While filming one of the last episodes of the season where Drake and Josh fight over a shrimp, Stephen Malaro, who was a writer on The Amanda Show, walked over to Dan and was like, "Those two guys are your buddy comedy right there." 6 months later, Drake and Josh was born. Make sure you're hydrated while watching this video.
Drake Bell and Josh Peck.
Damn, I guess
They've
I'm
grown
not
up on the
hydrated,
Amanda
bro. I ain't gonna lie, I got no water near me, bro. I'm bugging the fuck out, bro. And I got
Show,
the kayak.
battling lobsters,
I'm
fending off frog
slacking right
puppets,
now.
and getting beaten up by girls on a regular basis. So what's
Wait,
next?
so you telling me the whole series and all the seasons that these niggas have been going through Drake and Josh and they was never cool? They didn't fuck with each other, bro? That's what they basically saying. They didn't fuck with each other at all, bro. Nah, these niggas some good ass actors, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not finna do a show with somebody like I'm not fucking with, bro. If we can't, like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Cause I feel like it's just gonna be awkward and shit, bro.
This dynamic duo, their own show. Nickelodeon presents Drake and Josh in Drake and Josh.
You will notice in this video how all the tropes, storylines, and character traits in the Drake and Josh show turned out to be the exact opposite of how their real-life futures went. Josh went on to be a very successful, popular, and handsome actor. Megan, aka Miranda Cosgrove, went from evil little girl to sweet, unproblematic, successful actor. And Drake went on to plead guilty to child endangerment while still struggling to get his music career off the ground in America.
Oh shit, I heard about that shit. I heard about that shit.
Endangerment while still struggling to get his music career off the ground
Drake?
in America. Drake Parker and Josh Nichols were two brothers bound by their parents' marriage, forced to live in the same house, go to the same school, hang out with the same friends while having totally opposite personalities. Josh was the hefty, emotional dork, while Drake was a smooth-talking ladies' man who led a rock band. The first season was a little more typical to any sitcom, coming up with catchphrases and basic plot lines. Luckily, the show got much better after season 1. They consistently got themselves in ridiculous situations and had to either work together or against each other to get out of them, like when they came up with a master plan to sell Gary Coleman grills, which got them in jail, versus when they were fighting each other over a foam finger. In the beginning, it was very common that Josh was the butt of the joke. I mean, it's very easy to pick on the overweight, goofy kid. Drake, on the other hand, would often be the bad guy. He was lazy, rude, and self-centered. He wouldn't stand up for his brother Josh. He would hang out with girls and friends without him, and basically had a hard time accepting Josh as his brother. As the seasons went on, the audience loved them both. Josh was not a punching bag anymore and sort of just the sweet, jolly brother who was there for Drake no matter what. Plus, he had lost a lot of weight by the last season, so the fat jokes didn't really work anymore. Drake warmed up to Josh. His character remained the inconsiderate troublemaker, but now Josh was having more luck with girls. He was less nerdy and became more competitive with Drake. Ultimately, at the end of every episode, they resolved their differences and concluded with a happy moment. These two just understood each other when it came to performing. Drake and Josh were the new age Bob Hope and Bing Crosby, Abbott and Costello, Martin and Lewis, Cheech and Chong, Keenan and Kel. They were so good it made us all believe that they were best friends beyond the screen, and I'm sad to admit that that was not the case. Off the show, their lives were pretty normal in the sense that they weren't these mega famous celebrities ducking paparazzi everywhere they go. Plus, remember their target audience was 9 9 to 15-year-olds who had no way of showing Drake and Josh how much they loved the show. A lot of us forget that in 2005 there was barely any social media, there were no smartphones, no YouTube, no live streams, no follower counts. They worked a 9 to 5 while other kids went to school, and they went home to their families every day just like anyone else. These two just did what most normal teens do: go to parties, hang out with girls, maybe get in some trouble. Well, at least Drake did. Josh wasn't partying much. Josh was actually going through some really tough times. Josh Peck was raised by a single mother. He actually never met his father. He was always interested in being an entertainer, doing stand-up comedy at the age of 9 years old because anything athletic was definitely out of the question. However, he always wanted to fit in. Being an outsider wasn't this cool, interesting thing for kids in the late 90s. Think about popular films and shows glamorizing high school life. You had the jocks, the hot girls, the nerds. Kids like Josh Peck were hoping that they would be a part of the popular crowd and get invited to the parties when high school came. But we all know he wasn't. Drake was very similar to the character he portrayed on the show, a slick Cali bro who had girlfriends and went to parties as a teen. So them being very different worked on the show, but wasn't very practical in real life. I think they mentioned having sleepovers when they were casted on the Amanda show, but as they got older, they didn't hang out in their personal lives. Josh was sick and tired of being this version of himself he hated. It wasn't all vanity though. He knew he would keep getting casted as a fat, funny guy for the rest of his career if he didn't make a change. He wanted to have a successful acting career, so that also inspired the weight loss which we witnessed on TV. As he started to lose weight, he was finally starting to fit
that is true. He really did lose a lot of weight. I ain't gonna lie, he was a fat fuck.
As a fat, funny guy for the rest of his career if he didn't make a change. He wanted to have a successful acting career, so that also inspired the weight loss which we witnessed on TV. As he started to lose weight, he was finally starting to fit in with the normal kids. So Josh started to do what normal kids do.
And suddenly I'm like now looking like a normal kid and a normal teen. And I'm like, oh, they do drugs and that's normal, and they go to house parties and they go to clubs.
Josh started acting more like Drake's character, but in real life. It was a double-edged sword. Obviously, he was being accepted socially, but being heavily addicted to drugs was the price he had to pay. By the time they were both 20,
so you're telling me you started doing drugs because this nigga's made...
Drake and Josh was over. Their relationship, it's complicated. Drake loved his time spent on the show. It was what he always dreamed of. His dad raised him on buddy comedies like Dean and Jerry, Abbott and Costello. Once he met Josh and they got their own TV show, he was living his biggest dream. Plus, he was absolutely adored by the Nickelodeon world. Taking a look at this list of Kids' Choice Awards, which is pretty much the biggest thing you can get as a Nickelodeon star: 2006, Favorite TV Actor, Drake Bell. 2007, Favorite TV Actor, Drake Bell. 2007, Best TV Actor, Drake Bell. 2008, Favorite TV Actor, Drake Bell. It was...
Yo, Drake, how the fuck you went from getting all these best TV actors all these years to fucking doing all these criminal shit? Like, yo, what's going on, son? Like, how you do that, bro? Like, what's up?
7, Best TV Actor, Drake Bell. 2008, Favorite TV Actor, Drake Bell. It was very clear that Drake was the star and Josh was the co-star, despite Josh being funnier and more memorable in almost every aspect. Drake had full intentions on moving forward with his career alongside Josh, doing more movies and TV shows together just like the buddy comedy duos he idolized. Josh had other plans. Drake was never aware of what Josh was going through behind the scenes. Josh wanted to move on from the show. He was known as the fat, funny punching bag who brought way more comedic value to the scene. When we watch these old episodes, we feel happy. Josh sees an underappreciated, depressed, overweight, and insecure child hiding his true feelings from everyone. So he took his own route. Immediately after Nickelodeon, he got a voice acting role as Eddie in Ice Age, got to star in the film The Whackness, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival and was critically acclaimed. He basically stayed busy every single year since then, having a film or TV role, including the Fox sitcom Grandfathered, where he was a star alongside John Stamos. He became one of the most popular creators on Vine, which is where he would eventually meet David Dobrik, the Paul brothers, the Vlog Squad, and become a popular influencer on YouTube with millions of subscribers. Drake hung around Nickelodeon a little longer. He did star in a terrible Superbad remake movie called College, as well as a poorly received spoof comedy superhero movie. After that, for the next decade, a few small roles in a bunch of random movies that you never heard of. His career stayed alive because of consistent TV work given to him on Nickelodeon. He did tons of different voice acting roles and one-off shows throughout the years. His music career is actually very interesting. Disney knew how to set up their actors' music careers, whereas all Nickelodeon music careers struggled. Drake has no gold or platinum records in America despite releasing music consistently for the past.
Who you heard that came from Nickelodeon really got a good ass music career? That is true, and everybody from Disney definitely do got. That's true. What the fuck? Nah.
His career is actually very interesting. He did tons of different voice acting roles and one-off shows throughout the years.
But what y'all think is better? What y'all used to watch when y'all was younger? Disney more or Nickelodeon more? one point in my life I did watch Nickelodeon more, and then one point in my life I watched Disney more. You feel me? Of my childhood, you are. But what did y'all watch more? Y'all was fucking more with Nickelodeon side, or y'all was fucking more with the Disney side? Word. Talk to me.
His music career is actually very interesting. Disney
So I
new
ain't
has
gonna
set up their
lie,
actors' music
I fuck
careers,
with both,
whereas
to
all
be honest, but
Nickelodeon music
I
careers
lean
struggle.
more to
Drake has
Disney
no
a little
gold or
bit,
platinum
bro.
records in
I ain't
America
gonna lie.
despite releasing music consistently for the
Cartoon
past
Network,
17
too.
years.
Cartoon Network
However,
type
in
hard.
Mexico and various Spanish-speaking countries, Drake Bell,
But I
aka
started watching cartoons pretty early though, bro. To keep it a buck, bro. I started watching that shit, bro. I started getting into shows and movies pretty early. I ain't gonna lie.
Drake Campana is a huge star. He's had multiple high-charting Billboard singles and albums in Mexico. In some of these countries, he does.
Shit.
However, in Mexico and various Spanish-speaking countries, Drake
So
Bell,
he's
aka Drake
shitting.
Campana, is a huge star. He's had multiple high-charting Billboard singles
So he ain't doing too bad. Why they trying to make it seem
and
like
albums
he-
in Mexico.
But
In some
yeah,
of these
he is
countries,
doing
he
some
does shows
weird
for
shit,
thousands
I
of
don't know
people.
what the fuck
He
to
speaks
say.
Spanish, releases
got
all
into
his new
this
music
shit.
in Spanish, provides Spanish subtitles.
Oh look, 26 mil. That's not bad.
With everything he does. I'm not really sure how that all happened, but it's been very fruitful for him. In 2014, he filed for bankruptcy, owing over half a million.
Now we get into the bad shit.
That all happened,
Uh-oh.
but it's been very fruitful for him. In 2014, he filed for bankruptcy, owing over $500,000 in taxes. In 2016, very fruitful for him. In 2014, he filed for bankruptcy, owing over $500,000 in taxes. In 2016, he was arrested for his second driving under the influence charge. He served 1 day in jail and 4 years probation. When you're not invited to the wedding, the message is clear. True colors have come out today. Message is loud and clear. Ties are officially cut. I'll miss you,
Oh, so
brother.
he's just
Summer of
depressed and
2017,
shit.
Josh got married to his longtime girlfriend Paige, and Drake was not invited. The great fallout of Drake and Josh got message is loud. When you're not invited to the wedding, the message is clear. True colors have.
So you telling me wait. So you telling me this nigga Drake got tight because, but I mean, y'all never used to fuck with each other like that though. See, this is what's fucking me up because look, in the show and shit, like y'all wasn't really cool and all, but like y'all did the show and shit whatever together because y'all was great at doing it together. You feel me? And then later on, this nigga gets married and you getting mad because the nigga got married, he invite you, but y'all was never cool like that though. Or am I bugging?
Come out today. Message is loud and clear. Ties are officially
nigga got
cut.
tight.
I'll miss you, brother. Summer of 2017, Josh got married to his longtime girlfriend Paige, and Drake was not invited. The great fallout of Drake and Josh was the new viral gossip piece, and the internet was loving it. It seemed like just yesterday they were roommates playing ping pong and working at the movie theater. We thought Drake would be the best man. Turns out he didn't even know about the.
Oh, so I was bugging. So I'm probably bugging. This is what started it. This is probably what started it.
Was the new
I'm
viral
bugging,
gossip
I'm
piece, and the
okay.
internet was loving it. It seemed like just yesterday they were roommates playing ping pong and working at the movie theater. We thought Drake would be the best man. Turns out he didn't even know about the wedding. The story blew up bigger than Drake could imagine. Thankfully, a couple months later, they made up and did some YouTube content together.
Back together again. We're all good.
Then they both spent the next year.
Lying ass niggas. See,
They
you see
made
how
up
niggas
and
be
did some
lying?
YouTube content together.
Back together again. We're all
Back together again. Everything's good. Yeah, everything's not good. Why the fuck are you lying, nigga?
Thankfully, a couple months later, they made up and did some YouTube
Keep it a
content
stack.
together.
back together again. We're all good.
Then they both spent the next year or so doing press for other projects, and people just kept asking about the marriage incident. They had already publicly made up, but I guess interviewers wanted the drama. In 2018 and 2019, they made a number of different content pieces together, and it really seemed like their relationship was as good as it can get.
Guys, we're together. What else do you want? What's happening, everybody?
In 2019, Josh came up with the idea to do a reboot of their classic show. The name of the reboot, Josh and Drake. When he reached out to Drake to read the script, things got weird. The idea was that Drake.
Nah, that would be fire. Why didn't do it? Hold on.
In 2019, Josh came up with the idea to
Josh
do a
and Drake is
reboot of
like
their
weird,
classic
though, I ain't
show.
gonna lie,
The name of the
bro.
reboot, Josh and Drake. When he
Okay.
reached out to Drake to read the script, things got weird. The idea was that Drake was going to be a failed musician and Josh was a successful real estate agent. They were basically parodying Drake's real life as a musician in Mexico, while Josh's character was a totally made-up life. Maybe they were trying to get back at Drake because his character was originally the cool guy and Josh was the loser. The opening line.
Nah, that's foul, bro. Nah, what, bro? Nah, hold on, I gotta hear that again, bro. That's tight foul. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on.
When he reached out to Drake to read the script,
So wait, So Josh wanted to do a reboot, whatever, and he's the one that made the script, whatever, with the directors, whatever, and they sent it out to Drake to see if he approved or whatever, or he wanted to do it, right? Right or wrong? Right?
Classic show. The name of the reboot, Josh and Drake.
Josh and Drake,
When he
okay.
reached out to Drake to read the script, things got weird. The idea was that Drake was going to be a failed musician and Josh was a successful real estate agent.
That's
They were
fucked
basically
up, though,
parodying
bro.
Drake's real life as a musician in Mexico, while Josh's
But that's not Drake's fault. The last show, Drake didn't come up with it. Drake didn't write it, bro. They did, bro. That's type foul, though, bro.
character
I feel
was
like
a
that's
totally
foul.
made up life. Maybe they were trying to get
What
back
about
at
Mother?
Drake
I feel
because
like
his
that's
character was
foul.
originally the cool guy and Josh was the loser. The opening line in the very
that's
first
not
episode
Drake's
was
fault,
supposed to be, "Hug yourself, kid," instead of their trademark saying, "Hug me, brother," which would have just been a slap in the face to the fandom. Then it transitions to Drake, and
Wait,
the
what?
opening line in the very first episode was his character was originally the cool guy and Josh was the loser. The opening line in the very first episode was supposed to be, "Hug yourself, kid," instead of their trademark saying, "Hug me, brother," which would have just been a slap in the face to the fandom. Then it transitions to Drake in Mexico performing at a quinceañera for the daughter of a drug cartel leader, where they are all drinking and doing hard drugs, which leads to a gunfight, and then they don't want to give Drake his money, which is all a super stereotypical way that Americans convey Mexican culture in Hollywood. Drake didn't want to...
Oh, nah, that's weird, bro. Nah, Josh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it sounds like they trying to cancel my
Which is
friend
all a
Josh.
super stereotypical way that Americans convey Mexican culture in Hollywood. Drake didn't want to do the Drake and Josh reboot without making some creative changes because he didn't want to disrespect his Mexican fans. Josh wouldn't let Drake make those creative changes, and shortly after that, Drake started getting into his legal trouble. In 2020, Drake was outed by his ex-girlfriend Melissa on TikTok about how abusive he was in their past relationship, which went pretty viral. Drake denied all claims of physical abuse, but admitted he could be verbally abusive like a lot of couples get during a fallout. This story led to multiple other accusations, including one that would make the courtroom. He
Both of these niggas is down bad, bro. What the fuck?
pled guilty via Zoom to a felony attempted child endangerment and a misdemeanor charge of disseminating matter harmful to juveniles in June of 2021. But Drake was accused of much worse, including sending explicit pictures and engaging in sexual activity with a minor. However,
This nigga, bro. What's up with y'all niggas, bro? What's the deal, bro? Like,
he only admitted guilt of sending text messages that were sexual and then stopped once he was aware of the victim's age. The situation is definitely creepy. And there are a lot of other factors to consider which have been broken down extensively on YouTube. But the internet is not convinced. Other factors to consider which have been broken down.
Drake Bell just ended his own career. The perversion of Drake Bell, nigga.
Extensively on YouTube. But the
Yo,
internet...
let me know if y'all want me to watch any of that shit. Hold on.
There are
Let
a
me know if
lot
you
of
want me
other
to watch
factors
it.
to consider which have been broken down
Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to watch one of these two.
extensively on YouTube. But the internet is not convinced that Drake is innocent of the harsher things he was accused of. His social reputation has obviously been ruined because of this.
Of
which leads
course,
us to
of
today.
course.
Josh Peck recently made some big claims on a podcast that he and Drake were never friends.
Are you guys like not friends?
Not really. No.
He told a number of different lies were never friends.
Are you guys like not friends?
So he just said it out like that. He just said it like, niggas. See, I said it, bro. Like, they was never friends. So why Drake? So like, yeah. Both of these niggas is fucked up in the head. It's both of them.
Friends?
Not really. No.
He told a number of different lies on these podcasts that are
He's fucked up for rewriting that shit, rewriting the Drake thingy and making it like that's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up on Josh's part. Drake, my nigga, like what's going on, bro? You guys,
starting to make
what's
fans
that weird
question
shit,
everything.
bro?
I knew that Drake and I didn't stay in touch for the 10 years since we had made the show, but no one needed to know that.
Here they are in 2012 at what appears to be a house party. Here they are spending Christmas together in 2013. Here are multiple instances of them hanging out in 2014. In 2015, they had Drake come on Josh's show Grandfathered.
I think it's just an opportunity for Drake and I to be working together again, and obviously we love each other.
Plus, Drake says that they talked when Josh announced that he was engaged. To suggest that they at least didn't stay in touch is wild.
He was surprised he wasn't invited then? If he's going
Yeah.
bananas on you?
He's surprised, but then he takes to the internet and he starts writing these tweets that immediately like catch fire. And so then he like leans
But why you ain't invite him though, bro? Like you just passed over. Like why you like you just said like the nigga wasn't invited, bro. Like but what was the point of you not inviting him, nigga?
He's going
Yeah.
bananas on you?
he's surprised, but then he takes to the internet and he starts writing these tweets that immediately like catch fire. And so then he like leans in and goes on this press tour about how heartbroken he is.
Drake tweeted 2 things and the internet dragged them out. Plus, there was no press tour. Then 2 months after that, they made up publicly and made some YouTube content together. After they made up publicly, Drake and Josh throughout the next year would talk about the marriage incident in various interviews. So I think Josh is just remembering things incorrectly.
I was at the Video Music Awards and I see him there and he sees me. And I go up to him, like, and this might be the most Sopranos thing I've ever done. And I look at him and I go apologize to my wife right now.
Josh literally filmed himself walking up to Drake. Does this look like how a gangster moves?
And is that the last communication?
Apologize to my wife right now.
Why? Wait, why?
Incorrectly.
I was at the Video Music Awards and I see him there and he sees me. And I go up to him, like, and this might be the most Sopranos thing I've ever done. And I look at him and I go apologize to my wife right now.
Josh literally filmed himself walking up to Drake. Does this look like how a gangster moves?
And is that the last communication?
Pretty much.
The VMAs was in August of 2017. Since then, they have filmed multiple YouTube videos together, worked on a Drake and Josh reboot, and I can only imagine they spent time together in their personal lives as well. That is not even close to the last time that they've had communication. Drake just recently started a podcast called Drake and Janet, with the same branding, which is just kind of weird, bro, like let it go. Drake still says nothing but good things about Josh and wants nothing more for them to be friends again. After all, the Drake and Josh show was the biggest and most successful thing for them to be friends again.
Bro. Y'all niggas shit like that, bro. Often, bro. Like,
after all, the Drake and Josh show was the biggest and most successful thing that Drake has ever done, which isn't the same thing for Josh. He has absolutely destroyed his social reputation, and him repairing his relationship with Josh might be the only thing that...
Nah, see, Josh looked like he just had, like, something, like, he was just jealous, bro. He was just jealous, bro. He just want to get back, bro. Like, tight shit, bro. Like, you feel me? But it's like, it wasn't his fault, you feel? Like, I don't know, bro. But, like, damn, nigga, that's heartbreaking. Niggas thought y'all was cool and shit. Niggas thought these niggas was, like, the best of friends, nigga. But damn, nigga, y'all niggas really beefing
that could
and
win
shit.
over the people's trust again. However, it's pretty evident that Josh wants nothing to do with Drake. While he may be lying about them never being friends, he has made it very clear that since the show ended in 2007, he wanted to no longer be the secondary character, the fat funny guy, Drake's sidekick, and he worked extremely hard to build a career off his comedy and create a vision. Who could have ever guessed that their real life situation would turn out exactly like the episode Josh has done?
Come on, dude, I said I was sorry.
Yeah, I heard you.
Well, stop being mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. I'm done.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Josh, what? Look, I'm sorry. Well, let me finish, okay?
shit.
I was wrong, okay? I was wrong.
What do you mean?
I need you more than you need me. I need you way more than you need me, all right? I'm sorry. I just need you to understand that... Sorry, Josh, I'm sorry.
No, bro. No, bro.
People fall in love with their first...
No, bro. That was sad, bro.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Josh, what? Look, I'm sorry. Well, look, let me finish, okay? I was wrong, okay? I was wrong.
What do you mean?
I need you more than you need me.
Damn.
I need you way more than you need me, all right? I'm sorry. I just need you to understand that... Sorry, Josh, I'm sorry.
Both y'all niggas got some issues, bro. With that being said, that's the video. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Like I always say, 13th way or no way. You dig? Gra gra boom.